Hi everyone, welcome to my channel BuildLuck, where I post daily content about Java, Spring Boot, microservices, interview preparation. So if you are preparing for Java, Spring Boot or microservices interview, do check my channel. I post daily content about these topics. Let's not waste any time and start. Here we have a Java interview question. What is stamped lock in Java? Stamped lock in Java is a lock introduced in Java 8 that supports read, write, and optimistic read modes. Optimistic read allow reading without blocking writers unless validation fails. It improves performance in read-heavy scenarios. Here we have a very common Spring Boot interview question. What is Spring Boot DevTools? Spring Boot DevTools provide automatic restart, live reload, and development time configuration enhancements. It improves development speed without affecting production builds. An interview question related to microservices and system design. What is bulkhead pattern? Bulkhead pattern isolates components so failure in one part does not affect others. It limits shared resources to improve system resilience. Here we have a multi-threading related Java interview question. What is thread starvation? Thread starvation occurs when a thread cannot access shared resource for a long time. It usually happens when higher priority threads dominate execution. This is very important, common and multiple times asked Spring Boot interview question. What is difference between application context and BeanFactory? BeanFactory provides basic dependency injection features, while application context extends BeanFactory and adds event handling, internationalization and advanced configuration support. Here we have microservices and system design interview question. What is blue-green deployment? Blue-green deployment uses two identical environments. One handles live traffic while other receives updates. Traffic switches after validation. Java interview question. What is atomic reference in Java? Atomic reference provides atomic updates to object reference using compare and swap operations. It enables lock-free, thread-safe programming. Here's a core Spring Boot interview question. What does SpringApplication.run method do? SpringApplication.run method bootstraps the application. It creates the application context, performs auto configuration, and starts the embedded server if present. Here is a deployment related microservices and system design interview question. What is Canary deployment? Canary deployment releases a new version to a small subset of users. If stable, it gradually rolls out to the full user base. Java interview question. What is VarHandle in Java? VarHandle provides a typed reference of variables with fine-grained memory access control. It supports atomic and ordered operations. Spring Boot interview question. How does logging work in Spring Boot? Spring Boot uses Logback as default logging framework. Logging labels and patterns can be configured using properties or external configuration files. Interview question related to microservices and system design. What are common API versioning strategies? Common strategies include URI versioning, request parameter versioning, header versioning, and content negotiation. Java interview question. What is DelayQueue in Java? DelayQueue is a blocking queue where elements become available only after a specific delay. Elements must implement the delayed interface. Spring Boot interview question. How can you customize the Spring Boot startup banner? The banner can be customized using banner.txt file in the resources directory. It can also be disabled or configured programmatically. Interview question related to microservices and system design. What is event-driven architecture? Event-driven architecture is a design where services communicate through events. Producers publish events and consumers process them asynchronously. Java interview question. What is Exchanger in Java? Exchanger is a synchronization utility where two threads exchange object at meeting point. Each thread blocks until the other arrives. Spring Boot interview question. What is command line runner in Spring Boot? Command line runner is an interface used to execute code after the application context is loaded. It runs once during startup. Interview question related to microservices and system design. What is a message broker? A message broker is a middleware that enables services to communicate through messages. It handles routing, buffering, and delivery. Java interview question. What are some common implementations of BlockingQueue? Common implementations include array blocking queue, linked blocking queue, priority blocking queue, and delay queue. They provide thread-safe blocking operations. Spring Boot interview question. What is application runner in Spring Boot? Application Runner executes code at application startup. It provides access to arguments through application arguments. Interview question for microservices and system design. What is two-phase commit? Two-phase commit is a distributed transaction protocol. The first phase prepares participants. The second phase commits or rolls back based on the responses.